I make it my business to stay informed. The circles we travel in are very small. Assassins who don't keep tabs on friends and rivals tend not to last very long. Mongrels and deserters from the Dark Brotherhood, the Morag Tong, even the Shadow Scales. It was just an embarrassment at first, but now they're targeting former associates, killing reliable informants, spoiling for a fight it seems. 2. An ex-Morag Tong operative named Dranos Velador, and a mysterious matron named Villadreth. They call her the Lady of Lace. As far as I know, no one outside the Silken Ring has ever seen her. It wouldn't surprise me. The Ring's established a few smaller enclaves, but nothing like this. If Villadreth is here, we'll find her. And if we find her, we'll nail her head to the door of this place. Assassination's all about showmanship, you know. He's charming, ruthless, meticulous, the perfect assassin. I make it my business to stay informed. Where Sithis is judgment. Any Argonian born under the Shadow is pledged to the Order and trained in the arts of secrecy and murder. From birth, or close to it, there's religious education, trials, and an uncomfortable amount of sap-licking. Eventually, mercifully, some of us are handed over to the Dark Brotherhood to serve Sithis abroad. I didn't. Life in the swamp is... I'm looking for a kinder word than primitive. Safa was the only Saxhleel worth speaking to. He's not a slave to the old ways. He's headstrong, independent. You don't see much of that in Black Marsh.
We're the Father's chosen.
From the sides! Go around! To the side!
you are. It's about time you got here. Didn't the Tribunal send you? Well, no matter. I'm just glad you're here. This is Circa Mora, the Cirque. The Lotus Plague reached us right before the Malborn arrived. They claim they're here to help, but I don't trust them. In all the confusion, I'm embarrassed to admit that I lost track of my brother, Dethisum. He's the town consul. Yesterday he went to check on the townsfolk afflicted by the plague, but he's disappeared. Someone in town must know what happened to Dethisum. Oh, by Vivek! Where are my manners? As the ranking member of House Redoran in this town, he's the Malborn. They're a fairly new sect, as far as I can tell. They have members from across Morrowind, and they're always looking for... As the ranking member of House... The Malborn. They're a fairly new sect. They have members from across... You haven't heard about the Lotus Plague? People get sick. Turn... Hey, you're going the wrong way. Fine. Go ahead and leave. I'll do this myself.
Please, I need you.
What's this Daedric ruin doing here? What's its purpose? Oh god, is there blood coming out of my hair? Oh, cool, this is a very rare Daedric beard pot. Should be able to write 3, no, 5.
Someone in town must know what happened to Dethisum. Oh, by Vivek! Where are my manners, of course? That's the least I...
Please, can you spare some gold?
Grell! Grell, are you in here? Brave little... Look at this place. Grell is a friend of my brother. I wonder why he hasn't come to welcome us. And look at all the empty bottles of curative. How could these people consume so much and still be so ill? Let's search... Oh, by Vivek! Where are my manners, of course? That's the least I... By the tribunal! Grell! Grell, please! For your friend! Poor Grell. What in Oblivion's name happened to him? Let's get out of here.
I see Arona has conscripted a new soldier into her private army. Is Dethisum missing? He was by yesterday for a visit. I know he had other stops to make. He did seem concerned about the Moorborn, though. Sealing themselves in their quarantine, no longer providing the curative. It made him furious. My niece's visit was more than enough. I feel better already. Besides, I've overcome worse ailments than a queasy stomach and a bad cough. A good conversation is like a hot bowl of guar liver soup. I think it was 12 mornings ago. The day the wild Nyx got into the brooding elf's trash receptacles. Nostrum Breva had the quarantine up in a matter of days. Then she started distributing the curative. They call it the Lodos Plague. Maybe Vivek knows where it came from, but I certainly don't. I can tell you that it's going to... I am a blood kin of House Redorum. if that's what you're asking. More a third cousin twice removed, if you want to be specific. But I've been close to Erona and her family since she and Dithisum were children.
Oh, look at me. I'm a terrible mess. You really must excuse my dreadful appearance. I haven't been feeling very well lately. By the way, you haven't seen Nostrum Breva, have you? She promised to bring me more of the Malborn curative. Dithisum, the town consul? Such a nice young man. Why, I do recall that he came to see me yesterday. He said he had other townsfolk to check on, but that he would bring me a curative as soon as he could. The curative? Remarkable stuff. Tastes awful, but wipes the plague right out of your system. One of those delightful Malborn gave me one a few days ago.
Ginger! No.
Is it hot in here? There are torch butts, a Malborn smell.
The sicker people get, the more incoherent they become, and now it looks like the rumors are true. The Lodus plague does turn people into monsters. The quarantine. I guess it makes sense that Dethesan would want to go see what the Malborn are doing in there. And I've yet to see any evidence that the curative works. All right. If you want to go to the quarantine, I'll go with you. The Malborn set up the quarantine around the old graveyard. In the beginning, they were letting people inside. Dethesan provided them with the old graveyard key when they first arrived, and I've seen Malborn coming and going through the back gate. If we go to the back gate... Look, it's just like I told you. The Malborn are using the back gate. Let's see if one of them has the key. Hey! What are you idiots doing? Do we look like the plague husks to you? Did you see that? They attacked us. And for no good reason. Let's find the key and see what the Malborn are hiding in there.
You have to open those gates. What are they up to in there? And why won't they let me get a look at their curative? Oh, so I'm the town alchemist, and I want to get a sample of the Malborn curative. They refused to give me any. Proprietary formula, they said. Well, I want to figure out what's in this miracle elixir. I don't trust anything labeled proprietary. Do you always skip ahead in the story? No one has an iota of patience anymore. But yes, I need a few bottles of the curative. I'm sure you'll be able to find some inside the... Just watch your step in there. I don't trust... As long as you promise to collect... Not much. Not much. There's not much. Not much. There's not much. I'm an alchemist. I took over... This place chills me to the bones. Let's see if we can find my brother and then get out of here. As soon as I get wet.
Ghost Plague. I have no idea why. But it's clear to me that the Molborn curative is actually the source of the disease. Whatever. That's not important. Get my sister out of here and stop the Molborn. Then convince her. I'm too far gone. I don't want to become one of those things and hurt my sister. Besides, she's a Redoran. You are as hard-headed and stubborn as my sister. Vivec, damn you. Fine.
All right, we're done here. Pack everything up. We need to regroup with the other Molborn cadres and deliver this plague to the rest of Deshaan. Don't dally. We have a schedule to keep. Be careful with that. You can't stop the Molborn, you fool. We are the cleansing fire that burns across Morrowind.
Glad to see you managed to make it out of the quarantine too. Does that mean those Mulborn fetchers have been not well? Alchemist Naline fancies herself some. She seems confident at least. But what do I know of drafts and elixirs? But tell me, do you think the Mulborn pose a threat to the rest of Deshawn? That's what I'm thinking as well. But maybe your efforts were enough to put an end to all that. For now at least, the Cirque is safe. Take this as a thank you for helping us. That's what I'm thinking. The Mulborn may have fled the Cirque, but the problems they brought... Personally, no. I think you've done more than enough. But if you have a mind to stick around the Cirque a little longer, I'm sure Alchemist Naline might have it.